What's up? Today I'm going to show you how to bring in a live feed of your sold homes or the company's sold homes into your listing presentation or your buyer presentations. This is a great opportunity to show off everything that you've done in the past for the clients, and if you haven't done that, then you can easily just bring in a feed from the company's website. It's essentially being able to bring in any website to your presentation. And the cool thing is when you sell a home, a new home, it's going to be automatically added to this slide in the future, so you don't have to go back and update it for every presentation. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'll show you how easy it is to get a live feed of your sold homes into your Moxi presentation. Okay, so you're going to be on the Moxi homepage, which looks like this right here. You'll know you're there if you have the blue bar across the top. And we're going to go into Moxi Present. Click on that. This is going to take you to the home page of Moxi Present. If you've done other presentations, you're going to see a bunch of them there. For today, we're just going to go up here to the top right and click on Create New. We're going to choose a seller presentation. You can do this for any of the presentations, though. It just depends on where it fits for you. Hit Continue. We're going to go ahead and drop down here to the CBE seller presentation. Again, you can choose whatever one fits for you. Doesn't really matter because we're going to be essentially creating a new slide. Hit Continue. We'll just name this presentation, I'm going to name it Test, but if you were doing this, you would name it for your client's name or the property. Hit Create. Now, if you're building out an entire listing presentation for a client, you're going to want to go through and fill in as much information as possible here. You're going to put in the comparable listings, all the research that you've done on the MLS. You're going to bring those numbers in. We're going to skip over all that for today and just jump over here to the Pages section. You're going to click on Add Page, and we're going to go to Create New. And this is a way that you can actually build out any page that you want for your listing presentation. You can also, in other videos I've shown you, you can create your own slides in Canva, and then you can bring in that PDF directly into here. But today we're going to build the page out. You can choose whatever layout you want depending on where you decide to go with it, but we're just going to choose the blank one over here to the left and hit Create. And so we have a blank slate, kind of like if you're building out a web page. You can bring in any widgets, text, image, video, and other things in here. So we're going to go ahead and do text first. And we're going to name this My Sold Homes. You can change the format. And we're going to make this extra large text so it's bold and stands out. And then we're going to go over here to the right where you see this plus sign. This is where you add another element into it. So we're going to hit plus. We only want it to be, in this case, I'm just going to do it as one column. So we're going to take number of modules down to 1, and we're going to hit OK. And now we're going to go to this little button here that says More. And then you're going to want to go in here and click on the globe icon. This is essentially their icon for an iframe. What an iframe is it allows you to bring any other website from the internet into your presentation. So you could think outside of the box from what we're talking about today, and there could be other types of web pages that you might want to bring in to show. Maybe you have all of your testimonials on a particular page that you want to bring in to be able to show the client. This is how that you could do that. So we're going to click on iframe. Now what we need to do is find the URL, the web address for whatever it is that you want to bring in. So I'm going to show you real quickly how from my Moxi site, we're going to bring that in. So we're going to switch over to my Moxi page, and I'll just take you to the home page. So you may or may not have this built out on your site already. If you've gone through my process of building your website out, you should already have a page that looks like this, but it's very easy to add that in. And there's some other videos that show you how to do that. But what I'm going to do is go to Properties, and then I'm going to go down to My Sold Listings. I'm going to click on that. And essentially what we're going to be doing is bringing this page, My Sold Listings, into our presentation. So when I'm presenting to the client, all of my sold listings are going to be there for me to visually show off to them what I've done in the past. So you're going to want to copy the URL. So you just click on the URL and you hit Control-C on a PC or Command-C on a Mac. And then we are going to go back to our URL, back to our other tab. And we're going to do Command-V on a Mac to paste or Control-V to paste on a PC. We're going to paste that in there. And there's one other thing that you want to do in here. You want to go ahead and make sure that you enable scroll bars. And just so you know, in the future, you can change the width or the height of this, however you want to do it. You can change the alignment. You can make it to the left, to the right. That usually kind of comes into play if you're doing something smaller. But I'm going to leave all that alone for this one, and we're going to hit OK. Now you might think, well, this looks like an error here because it just says iframe, but that is how it's supposed to function. So we're going to go to the top right and hit Save. We're going to name this My Sold Homes. The reason you want to name this very carefully is because you can bring this slide into your buyer presentation or into a buyer tour or into any other presentation that you make in here. So you want to make sure you label that correctly. You could even put in a description if you want. Then you're going to hit Save. So it still looks really small right here, but that's not how it's going to be. So we're going to go up here to this X and we're going to close out. And now you can see exactly how your slide looks. And I'll actually go up here to View so that you can sample it, and we'll go to View on the web. So if you were to email this to your clients, or the way that you'd be showing it to the clients sitting in front of them, it's going to be the web view. So we're going to click on that. And now it's pulling up our full presentation. So it's bringing in the CBE seller template that we already had. And we're just going to kind of scroll down here. So we have our title slide, which you'd start the presentation out at. And you're going to scroll down. And now this is your My Sold Homes. So this is where you would talk to them about your past homes. And since we enabled sliders, you can slide down through the different listings or sales that you've had in the past. And you can actually click into them, which is like it's kind of like being on your website. So now you can give them a little bit more details about what that home looked like and when you sold it, that type of stuff, if you wanted to do that. And then you can just close out of that, and then you're back to this. So once you've showed them or they've gone through that, just scrolling down takes you down to the next slide in your presentation. So that's it. Hopefully this gets your creativity flowing and thinking of some other types of sites that you might be able to bring into your presentation. Again, the really cool thing about this is, since it is a live feed, if you sell another home, you don't have to go in and update your listing presentation. It's going to populate in here. And the way I showed you on here, it's actually just the way that it orders the homes is from your highest price sold home to the lowest price sold home. So if you happen to, your next one's $1 million listing, that's going to populate right to the top there. If it is a lower price one, it'll be further down in the scroll or the next page from there. Hopefully this helps. If you guys have any other questions, please reach out, and I'll talk to you guys soon.